Hello, beautiful people. It's Sindafam. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be checking this video together. Let's check it out.
Glad to have your company. I'm Nana Akwe. This is GB News. We are the People's Channel. But there's always something going on in the royal household, and this week has been no different. And every Saturday, I love to give you a rundown. And who better to do so than royal biographer Angela Levin. Angela, welcome. Really good to talk to you. So it's been 2 years since the death of our late Queen.
Yes, it's amazing, isn't it? It seems to have gone past very quickly, but also very slowly, isn't it? And I remember that just before she died, she was very, very unhappy and very much in pain. But Prince Charles, as he was then, made her come to the balcony, to the Jubilee, because he said that there were loads and loads of people, and she thought that they would be against her. But they weren't, and she did get dressed in green, and she came along, and that made her very happy. It was very sweet, I think, as did the drink with the Paddington Bear tea, which she did despite feeling in enormous pain. They both had honey on their bread. She had her handbag and he spilt the cup, and it was just very funny. It was one of the nicest things of the whole thing. And that was lovely. So it was a shame that the two people who did upset her very much was Harry and Meghan, ringing her, being unkind, doing films and books that were very unkind. And she'd lost her husband nearly 2 years ago before. Yeah. So she really sank after that because they'd been so close. And you could see it happening. And I think it was very cruel because they knew that she had cancer of the bones. And
do we know that they definitely knew about it?
Yes, because all the royal family were told about it well before. They didn't leak it, but they did know it, and a little courtesy would have been accepted.
Well, I thought it was old age that she died of ultimately.
No.
So it was definitely that?
Yes, it was definitely that.
Oh.
The old age didn't help. I mean, my goodness. I think she just got very fed up with the whole thing. She couldn't manage it.
Were you doing?
But I mean, she lived till her old age, which is beautiful. I mean, many parents would love this. She met her grandkids, great grandkids, and all. It is beautiful. And the fact that she was still able to carry out her duties even in old age, it is beautiful to see. We get it. There is no perfect family. But I mean, respecting your family goes a long way, because that is how we get it. Some people don't care how people look at them, or people see them or perceive them. We get it, but let's not forget that the world we live in today, or the society we live in today, there are some people you would meet that would look at you based on and how you treat your family. How you treat your family reflects, because obviously if you're not respectful towards your family, respectful towards the waiters or the people who does the menial job, you don't need people to teach you or tell you all those. And respect the elderly. Let's not even forget about that. Respect the elderly. But it's beautiful. I mean, this is it. She's gonna be remembered. Regardless of how anybody wanna look at it, she's gonna be remembered. And for the good deeds. Yeah, we're human beings. We all make mistakes. I don't think anybody as a human being have come to this life before, or you're doing what. If you've done something before and you're redoing it to correct the mistake, is a redo. You got the second chance. But I mean, every day we learn something new, and we each all make mistakes. And look at it. People will judge her and say, oh, she is this, she did that, she did that. Come on. Come on. Based on history, Was was any part of history always cute? The thing is, if we're gonna be reflecting and talking about history, lots of terrible things happen and lots of nice things also happened. Beautiful. Rest on, ma'am, and rest on, Her Royal Highness.
The will to live, I suppose, in the end, all the horribleness that had happened over the last few years, especially the issues with Harry and Meghan, which really could not have helped at all.
No, they didn't help her. She was very, very unhappy, and that's why Prince William, of course, is very annoyed. That's one of the reasons. But what's
Harry
nice...
wants an apology.
Yeah, yes, you won't get it.
How can you forget all of that and what the pressure that would have put on the Queen? And then they'd still be demanding some sort of...
But if you're only focusing on yourself, then that's very easy. You know, you wipe out other people's issues. But what's very nice is that there's going to be an enormous garden for the Queen that's going to be ready in 2026. I have pictures on there. I hope you have them. And on Tuesday, they'd put in 300 plants, 300 flowers, to see that, to show what they're going to put. It'll be free to go in there, and it'll be absolutely beautiful, really, to see.
That's lovely. So where will it be?
In, is this St John's Wood?
Oh, so near St James's Park?
Yes, no, not near St James's Park. Near Swiss Cottage and Finchley.
So central London, around
central London, and it'll be absolutely lovely. And they're trying an example of making these plants with earth and concrete.
That's lovely.
Actually, there's a new way of doing it.
We should do a video, you and me, Angela. We should go and visit it and do what little thing for GB News.
Well, I'm the first one who's got it. I managed to find out about it, and they sent me the pictures. No one else has got them. And I said that I'd like to follow it every so often to see how it's coming along without anybody else. And they said, actually, that is so exciting. Thank you. So if you want to come with me,
I would love to. We'll do
that's lovely. These ones are not actually her favourite, the Queen's favourite, because they want to test on what's going on. But it will be by 2026.
Now, what about this story? Friends and those close to Meghan have said that on her behalf that she regrets how she exited the royal family. That's
yes.
I mean,
yes.
How much credibility can we have?
Grazia magazine said she deeply regrets how she behaved towards the royals. And
is that true? Do you believe it to be true? Or something is wrong somewhere? But again, beautiful to see that paying respect to the late Queen, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Beautiful. And I love this because obviously she would be remembered for her good deeds. And it's not going to be taken away from her, regardless of how anybody want to paint it or how anybody want to say it. But Meghan, do you believe it? I don't know.
And she's very sorry about saying that they were racist. Now,
wow, that's an actual admission. That's
an actual admission, yes, in quotes. But I don't know if I believe it. And I couldn't get through to them to answer. They wouldn't answer that question. And but in any case, it's much too late, isn't it? Everybody's learnt that was nonsense, and it's no longer listened to. But it was very, very cruel. And I think the Queen, who'd heard that, was very painful for her, because the one thing she wasn't was racist in any way or any form.
Well, obviously Meghan isn't here to defend herself on that, and the magazine you couldn't speak to confirm that is a true thing. But it is interesting that something like
but what is true about Meghan is that her trademark has been refused. They think it's been very carelessly done, and this America Riviera orchard, which you like saying so much, and I can't remember, she's not allowed to use that because a part of the area is that, and she can't own an area.
Of course not.
So it's not accepted. So it's very interesting that they think it's been done very carelessly. And you'd think that when you want to do such a big deal, you start with doing that first, and then you send 50 jam jars away. But you don't do it before you've got everything sorted.
Never do that.
No.
Now, what about this? This is a big story, I think. Harry being dropped out of the councillors of state, which means that for the first time he can't actually take over paperwork or take over, over a visit for the king, so he can't.
This is absolutely true, because it's up on the royal website, and he's dropped out of the councillors of state, and they're the people.
So he's been dropped. He didn't drop out. They dropped
No, they dropped him because they come in if you need papers signed. Or if you need something to be somewhere, if they're not well or they're out of the country. So far we've seen, despite the King's illness, and he's getting much better, the Queen said, yes, that, you know, he's not needed anybody. But this is true, and it's approved by Parliament, and that's it. Now, the interesting thing is that Beatrice has gone on at the last one. It's always to do with hierarchy. So they've done all the hierarchy, but no sign of Harry. And this is, I think, their slow way of actually pushing him out, because he wants to have a home here in Windsor, and that would mean he could be a councillor of state, because you have to have a home in this country.
Yes,
but now, even if he gets it, he won't be on the list.
This is very slowly.
It's very sad. It's very, yes.
Yeah.
Quietly, they haven't said anything, they don't argue with him, they just get on. And a lot of them are very busy and doing all sorts of things, and they don't actually get too upset, because I think you have to close your mind about it. And let's hope he'll learn. He's 40 on the 15th of September, so he should get a load of money from the late Queen Mother, and so perhaps he'll be a nicer man.
Perhaps you can go away and just be quiet now. Angela Levin, thank you very much. Really good to talk to you.
Interesting. He's soon to be 40. I mean, not everybody gets tons or loads of money when they turn 40. So, fun fact is, if one would want to take part of the money or whatever would be given to him when he turns 40. But obviously, it's his share, what he deserves. But would he take it and go quietly and live the private life ever after? Do you think that is possible? But I mean, let's see how it goes. But that part, say Meghan says she's sorry. Well, do you think it is true? Is on a paper and is not something that she said publicly. So what do you think? What do you think? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment down below. I'm sure tons of people have interesting things to share. I would really love you to share that. You can share the useful information you think might be really helpful. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and all of that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.